Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis Leonardo, bienvenue sur mon chaîne. Hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me? I tried to adjust mics today, this morning, so I wanted to be certain that my mic was working. Super, super, merci, merci beaucoup. Et voilà. So again, bienvenue sur mon chaîne. Welcome to my channel. Je suis Leonardo. I am the Hoodoo Queen, and this is Conjuring Jars and Bottles. I'm super excited about teaching this class this morning. But before we get into all of that conversation, before we get into all of the juices of those things, I must first ask you to please subscribe to this channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below, and please, after this video, go and leave a comment in the video. Go back and just say how you thought the class went, if you learned something new, if you have a question. So after you see this live, I would love for you to go back and do that. And then, of course, share the video, and please make sure that you have your notifications and notifications on, please. Thank you. So, yes. So please make sure you all are giving this video a thumbs up. So, hello, Gregory. Hello, Marcel. Hello, Cameron, Lydian, New One, Brandy, Clay, perhaps. Ailey, Didi, um, Dog, um, Nicole, Jay, Marie. The list goes on. Shabby Rocks, Justin, Shay Mac, Kenny, Diana, Josie. Hello, everybody. Many of you. So I'm super excited. Petra, Brandon, how are you? So yes, just please make sure that you do share the video. Amanda, hello. Alsip Idris. So before we get into this particular class, and I'm not going to take too much of your time because I have a very busy day. Um, but I do want to say, I know there have been issues on the website with the community service where it's not taking payments. It is taking some people's payments, in fact, which is what threw us off. There was some issue with our host, the people that host our website. And so it's taking some people, it's recognizing some people's banks or some people's forms of credit and not others. We don't know why that is. However, what I need to communicate is this. I've gotten somewhere between maybe 20 to 25 messages from different individuals that want this service. So I'm about to help you out. But please understand, right now it is 9:07. Once I show you how to make your purchase, because the website is acting funny about your money, once I post this and show you how to do this, these services are going to go. There's only about 34 left. Let me help you do the hoodoo math. I've had 20 to 25 different individuals reach out that want the service. Some of these is one person purchasing 3. Some of it's one person purchasing 2. So about 25 of these are going to go as soon as I show you what to do. So yes, so the website is going through things. I can get on the website. This morning I could make a purchase. Yesterday I couldn't. So there's something going on with the host. All right, here we go. And make sure you listen well. It's not difficult at all, but still. So once I drop this, don't hesitate. There's only, like I said, I've had like 20 to 25 people reach out, and there's only, I think, 34 of the big bundle left. So just keep that in mind. And I think there's more of the second bundle left. Hold on. I'm going to tell you exactly how many are left for the second bundle. I may be a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. So I definitely want to make sure that I give you all the correct number so that you are not misled. Un moment, s'il te plaît. Okay, so if you purchase the service just with the oils, that's the oils only, banishing and blessing, there's 44 of those. All right. But the people that have been reaching out about the big bundle. So there's more of the second option than there are the first option. I mean the big option, which comes with the 2 oils and the exclusive cologne and perfumes that will replace your Florida water. It is truly spirits of hoodoo that create these, honestly. So, anyways, that being said, um, yes, see, as OC Sunny says, I'm so glad you mentioned this. I was trying to get a few spots for my family members and friends, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's people that are purchasing multiple. So just understand when I put this up, they're gonna go. I just hope that you are able to do this. All right, here we go. The May Community Service Banishing and Blessing Service. So all you need to do, in fact, is hit this QR code. You want to scan this QR code, and that's going to give you what you need in order to make your purchase. Once you hit your QR code, in your notes, you will either pay 111 or 66 or 33, whichever one you want. Okay. In your notes, place your name, date of birth, your petition, and mostly importantly, please make sure that you place your correct current physical address. Please make sure that you place your correct current physical address. So that's what we want to make sure that you do. Hit that QR code. It's going to take you directly to the PayPal site, which will allow you just to directly do that. And then from there, follow the instructions, your full name, date of birth. If you're purchasing multiples, just add it up. If you're purchasing multiples, just add it up. Okay. And make sure that you put their names and date of birth and all of those things as well. Now, what I want to if you say that you may struggle with that, if that is difficult for you to do, if the QR code isn't working, or whatever, because things happen, like things really happen here. And I'm going to give you guys one more little option. One moment, please. I have to go and grab these what is this thing called? What is this? On an adapter, the adapter for the computer, so I can see y'all's messages and things over here on this side, so I don't have to strain my eyes. Okay, so that has been done. So I just want to leave that up here just a little bit longer. And while that is happening, I'm going to actually give you guys another really easy option here. Super, super, super easy option that I'm going to do. I'm going to make it very easy for you guys, because I know that sometimes these things can become a little bit of a hassle, and it can become a little bit frustrating and all of that. And I just don't want that to be the case. And you guys, again, this is the part of business that people, people try to make everything as, oh my gosh, it's going to be simple, very easy, and da 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 da, and all of these things. But the reality is things happen, things truly do happen. Um, so I'm just going to give you guys another easy, easy um option here. I just thought to myself, what can make this even easier for everybody? Well, I think I actually have it. Well, I mean, easier if you have an issue with the QR code. But again, I just want to give everybody an option, and I don't want to quickly like put it up and take it down, and then people are missing the class. I don't want you guys to miss the class, which is the reason why I am giving you guys ample time to do what needs to be done. And I will put this up again here. All right, so I'm just going to upload this very quickly here for you guys, because it's better that I actually give you guys something to see than um than not. And then we're going to get right into this class here, because I'm very excited about this class. This is a class that I haven't taught before, and a class that is absolutely needed, just because there's a lot, again, of misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation, and a lot of individuals are going to probably, I mean, I may bring up some things that you may or may not already know. I don't know. But I will, in fact, make sure that I give you the proper instruction that you need, so that as you begin to enter spaces of conjuring things on your own for yourself, that you're able to do these things with confidence, without doubt, without anxiety, without stress, and you are absolutely oh mercy, you're absolutely in a position to do these things, again, without that much of a issue or problem. All right, so what I'm going to do here is briefly upload this second page for you guys, for you that may say, you know what, Queen, I'm having an issue the with the QR code. If you're having an issue with the QR code, then I'm going to add in this email address that you can use, okay? And that way you are able to see what the people are saying, because people are already messaging super fast, immediately, and I appreciate it. And I will tell you this, I am going to be keeping my eye monitoring on this, because I only have a limited amount of products that I can actually send out. So once those 34 are gone, there will be no more. And I just want to be very clear and transparent about this so that there's no confusion. And I just want to put in our email address. So if you can't do it via, I'll put the email address up here soon. I'm going to just briefly jump into the comments. Yes, the QR code is for the PayPal. If you need, and so here's another thing. If you miss information, if you miss your name, if you miss your petition, you want to email customer service at conjuresouth.com. Say, I placed this order. Here's my receipt. Here's my screenshot that I sent my money. If you're doing it this way with the QR code, here's my name, here's my petition, here's my date of birth, here's my physical address. If you miss it, okay? But that's why I wanted to leave it up here just a little bit long so that you guys can have the time to do that. And I'm going to now add, for you, those of you that may have issues with um those of you that may have issues with the QR code, you can email, or you can go to PayPal and put in Comedo's Conjure at gmail.com and send the money there. It's all the same PayPal. Comedo's Conjure is what the business, which is what the product was called before Conjure South was a thing, and we've just been keeping the same PayPal for now over a decade. So there's that. And like I said, soon as I see that those 30 odd are gone, I'm going to make an announcement. I will make a post. I will do something so that everyone will know that, well, first and foremost, it'll say out of stock on the website, number one, but there's that. So the website is working for some people. The um the website is working for some people. And some of you can actually go there, and some of you can just click on the link in the description box here and get that information. The big exclusive May community service that is over in the description box. And for others, if that isn't working, just go directly to PayPal. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and just sort of see where things are right now with orders, so that, again, I'm on, when I tell you I'm not doing one um bottle of the cologne more than what is provided here. So I'm just going to go ahead and start keeping my eye on that. Yes, a general banishing is actually one of the best. Um, yes, indeed. Oh, oh, hey, Sonny. um, Yeah, but it's interesting here that there's just I don't exactly know. um Lord have mercy, y'all. Bless it. Bless it, bless it, bless it. Okay. All kinds of things over here. Queen, is there a correct or incorrect way to write a petition? No. Well, here's the yeah, actually it is. Clear and simple. That's the correct way. That's the correct way. Clear and simple. If it's and when I say clear and simple, I mean clear and simple. Remove this, remove them. Um, you know, or it can be very general. Remove anything that is in my way. Period. Period. That's it. I listen. I'm going to tell you guys something. The reason, one of the biggest things that came about with the whole space of the Bible, because the Bible is not traditional in hoodoo. It never has been, it never will be. Okay. But the reason the Bible became such an element in hoodoo is because once your ancestors knew how to read, they saw that these were words of conviction. So you have to understand and begin to speak with conviction. That's the key. Is not going into this narrative and whole saga. Okay, now we in season 4 of your life story about money issues and problems. No, it is very clear, very solid, very simple. May the weapons of my enemies be their own destruction. Boop. Done. Done. C'est fini. Okay? May my obstacles be scattered like ashes to the wind. Period. Done. Very simple. So it's very important just to um yes, you can get a community service for someone else. Journey with Karen, yes. Yes, please give this video a thumbs up. This is a free class I'm about to get into. And I mean, I would just very much appreciate it greatly. So I just want to check here very, very quickly, because when I tell you I'm not doing any more than what I have already committed to, um, I can't. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, because this person has purchased multiple. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So already gone. So like there's only what, maybe 20 more left, and right now this is and that was like 10 minutes ago, which is how long I've been talking about this. So if in 10 minutes, okay, so you can add the petitions if you purchase for 6 individuals. Now, I'm looking at your order right now. I see you here. So what you want to do in your notes, you should have added those things, but because you didn't, it's okay. Just go email customer service at conjuresouth.com and say who they are, their date of birth, and the petition, like that. And you just make it very simple. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Absolutely, Tara. Thank you so very much. Dog mining. I don't know if it's the whole website or if it's just a community service. My thing is right now, if with the community service get that, I do know that my host has emailed me back. They are working on it. Um, and I just have to be patient. Um, so remember, you all please email customer service at um conjuresouth.com. Customer service at conjuresouth.com. Customer service at conjuresouth.com. Please, that's where your emails go to. Because a lot of you, some of you, there's a disconnection of communication because people aren't emailing that email address. They email the email address that's attached to the website. Don't do that. I'm giving you, and we're going to filter or forward the emails from the website over to that address. And it should have been done like that a long time ago. But these are things that I have to work on in the space of managing business versus doing business. Okay. You good, my love. Okay. All right. So oh, merci, thank you. All right, everybody. Are y'all ready for this class? If you're ready for this class, again, give this video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below, hit your notification and post notification button. Again, please make sure that you share the video and let's get into it. All right, I'm super excited here. Again, I am going to be going back and forth, just making certain that, again, I don't um, overcommit myself to these services. Super, Michaela, super. Merci, merci. Merci beaucoup. All right. So here we go. So as we are looking here and having the discussion about um and about jars and bottle conjuration. Now, the reality is this: you see a lot of people online. Hello, Jennifer. Yes, in the Turks of it all. Your photos were beautiful, by the way. Um, so So this is for the community service, Tasha J. If you have not purchased your community service yet, there's issues with the website. But just stay tuned. In about 20 minutes or so, I will make another post about it here. And I will just reiterate what I already have spoken. Okay. So in today's class, we're going to be focusing on conjuring bottles and jars. Now, a lot of individuals have seen people online. Hold up. Let me go ahead and put on my shady boots of it all. Because y'all know. And the thing about it is, I know it seems shady, but it only seems shady to those that do not live or operate in truth. And that is not my problem. Okay. I also understand this. And this is is an unfortunate measure where individuals are a lot of individuals are doing things out of their genuine selves, out of what they think is the truth, and it's because they're reading books or taking classes from people who read appropriators books, and so no matter if you're people of color, non-people of color, cultural appropriation is not racial appropriation. There's a difference. People appropriate the culture of hoodoo, not the race of hoodoo. Okay, so for that reason, you will see people of color do this. You see non-people of color do this. You see a variety of individuals do this, and this is something that's very interesting to me. That I don't that blows my mind. This blows my my mind. How is it that there are so many people in the world, so many different communities, cultures, ethnic groups, just being a Black American alone, your Gulf Coast people are not your West Coast people. Your West Coast people, the culture of the West Coast is not what you're going to find in the East Coast, in your Carolinas, or if you jump up to Maryland. And how is it just within the Black community? And when I say that, what I mean is, when it comes to money matters, here in the Southeast, traditionally, when it comes to hoodoo, alfalfa was not the go-to because alfalfa doesn't grow in the South. But for my people of color up north, alfalfa was their resource. Just on a cultural, geographic space. But how is it that we all come from all these different spaces and places, but everybody, no matter if it's Conjure Karen, Conjure Kanisha, Brittany the Bruja, bad ballerina, you have Corey the Conjurer, the Miguel Mahia, the Paulo Peter, you have all of these different individuals, but everybody's candles look the same, plates look the same, altars look the same. Babe, if that's the case, why is there a 23 in me? No, it's 23 in us, 24 in us. I don't know. Get on the bus. So it's like people like ignore these things. People truly ignore these things. And here's another thing, when I come back and I have this conversation, a lot of people are operating with a very genuine heart, not even considering culture. Okay. But another part of that is this: the majority operate in that space because the majority did not grow up in the space. So the majority is going to pass around the same books and is going to resonate with you. Oh, did you feel that? Oh, yes, yes, yes. You're an intuitive. We are intuitives. Oh, did you feel that? We're empathetic. We're empaths. And so, baby, sincerely strong and wrong. Okay. And so I don't say this to belittle, berate, or any of that to anybody, but this is the reality. Okay. The majority of individuals operate in fantasy and in their reality, in their lie. Their lie is their authentic selves. The majority of people operate in their world, their truth. Your truth does not make the truth. It means you created something that you believe in no matter what. Most people operate in that space. And for that reason, more people are going to resonate with other liars or inauthentic individuals or lost people or blind individuals or those that are not very that don't want to accept truth or those that don't want to accept culture. Why? Because that is the norm. That is a comfortable space. It doesn't, people want to talk about shadow self. They want to talk about the hoodoo shadow book and the shadow um the shadow book journal and they want to do the shadow um conjuring work and all of this stuff. But what's interesting is you ain't saying nothing that the last person or the last person or the last person said. And more importantly, you're not saying anything about culture, truly, and truth, because if you did, you would not have a book to sell. I threw my shut up. And so it's a thing of, again, and I want people to understand this. I don't care if you're Wiccan, if you do Strega, I Ching, Cunning, Hoodoo, Grigri, Wanga, Kimbwa, Obia, whatever it is, Juju, Guinea Guinea, whatever it is, I respect each of these lanes, each of these roads, because they are important, they are powerful, it works. It may not be hoodoo, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It should not be a problem giving honor and acknowledgement to the people of these spaces. But when you do that, that may mean that you can't be in that space, or that may mean that you can't operate in that space, or that may mean that things are not accessible to you in that space. And this is not a racial thing, it is a cultural thing. And I have to remind you about this, and I tell you this, and I tell you this on my journey, and so that you understand this very clearly. I carry blood from the islands in my body, but because I was not born on the earth, the dirt of Haiti, there's a certain level within voodoo I will never see. There's a certain political level within the religion I will never see. It doesn't matter if I am queen of my lineage, just dated back in this US or beyond the US, beyond Alabama, beyond a lot of these territories. That doesn't matter. It is a cultural thing. And it has to be respected and honored. It doesn't make me less than, it doesn't make you less than. And I want y'all to get that too. I am a person of color, of French descent, not someone that was born in a French territory or colony, but actual European French. But the point, because I know that people often like to talk about that part and those things, well, it's part of who I am, like truly. I can't get rid of it. But understand this, face value, I'm a Black person. I do have African descent. It never will make me Haitian. I could learn how to cook take the exact recipe from a Jamaican person and open up a restaurant. It will never make me Jamaican. I didn't grow up in that culture. So it's super important to really respect the culture of it all. They like folk magic, but not the folk. Baby, what you say? What you say? Perfect example, right? Over there in New Orleans right now. One of the top voodoo priestess who did not finish her conzo because she was too hot and serves her loa with plastic fruit and vegetables. who husbands own a lot of New Orleans real estate, who's blessing you, not the Loa, by the way, who has a lot of these things at Bayou Saint Jean and all of these things. Um, you like the Haitian folk. You will hire them to sing the songs. You will hire them to play the drums, but you will not allow them to be a part of your society, which is why your whole society looks like you and not like the folk. If you were raised in the Midwest, you were perfect example. Alfalfa is in the Midwest. So it doesn't matter that your peach people may have been from the South, new one. Your people could have been from the South, new one, okay, and traveled to the Midwest. They understood traditionally that certain spirits don't grow where we're about to go. So we have to identify what that is. The method they use in the South is the same method they use in the Midwest, but with different sets of spirits. Because certain spirits grow there and not in the South, which is why I'm able to teach so many different people because it's about the method and the spirits. And if we can identify that, I'm able to show you whatever it is you need to, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what blood you carry in your body. Why do people get voodoo and hoodoo mixed up? They don't. They just disrespectful. And and big up Jamaican. I in the house. Yes, indeed. I love it. My people actually has some ties to Saint Anne in Jamaica, which is why I am familiar and was brought up with Obia in my family. And that is genetically, scientifically proven for those that wonder, which is also why my family is Arawak as well as Creek, because they come from the Arawak tribes of the island in Jamaica, and those indigenous people there as well as those in the US, which is why my indigenous blood is higher than most people of color outside of Queen Nancy being my direct third great grandmother. So there's that. Who marries Guillaume de la Live, the Frenchman, which became Pound, which is why it used to be Pound. But we want to respect who they were prior to being American. De la Live. Voila. You do love my gloves. Thank you. These are my horseback riding gloves. My nails are trash. And therefore, I was like, we're not showing these hands today. We're not giving gnarled fingers today. All right, everybody. So getting more into the class. So I have to have these particular conversations. Um, but this is what you see online. This is what you see on the Instagram. This is what you see on the Facebook. This is what you see in the Tik and the Talk. This is what you see in the X, in the Twitter, or whatever it is. This is what people see, and this is what people think jar conjuring and bottle conjuring is. My baby, it is not. This is some Hobby Lobby hoodoo. This is your Joann's fabric juju. This is your Michael's Arts and Craft mojo. Okay? This, someone says, I'm triggered. Do you feel attacked? This is that Bruja BS that is not going to give you the best. Okay? This is not it. This is not hoodoo. This is not hoodoo. So for those of you that are out here seeing your favorites doing this, just know this is one of those things that are put in those books by people, not of us, where people have began to then say, oh, you need to have your candle, put your herbs inside, and here it is. Here it is. Get ready to pet. Two pets? Est-ce que tu pets? You need the candle to activate the magic. The candle activates the work. It is now activated. Deactivated. Activated. Cancel your subscription. Magic's now subscribed. Baby, what are we talking about? Downloading has begun. What are we doing? Get off of Beyonce's internet, somebody. Get off of Beyonce's internet and Kelly's red carpet. 3 easy payments for $19.99. You too can have an activated jar with the candle. And we finna break this thing down. We finna break this thing down. This will do any and all things you need. Depending on the level of ashe, depending on what I say with conviction, with my complete deliberate meaning, everything that I need is right here. It ain't going nowhere. Baby, I can work this like this, and it still is going to come with the smoke. Because that's what hoodoo is. Because what you don't understand, it had nothing to do with the flame in some cultures, but it has everything to do with the flame for us. And especially if I was so brilliant enough to take the Candle Magic 101 class and know how to load one of these bad boys. So whenever you decide to light it, it's a done deal. This will do everything it needs to do by itself in hoodoo. I want y'all, we're gonna make sense this morning. Can we make sense this morning? Is that okay with y'all? Can we make sense? All right. Let me where's a bowl at? That's too much. That's too much. But I can put, I think I should be able to put it over here. And I just want y'all to I want y'all to understand this is why we have the issues we have. Because people don't, if you did not grow up in this, you're not going to know. And you're going to operate in this trendy, self-serving situation. But that's in between you and your candles and your arts and crafts and all the things that y'all want to do. Because I mean, like I said, it's not giving. So here's the thing. And also that fire feeding during the working ritual weekend, that change and elevated working with the fun. Exactly. Baby, the working ritual weekend was it. It was a time, and it's gonna be another time. Okay, everybody. Rose. Rose is going to be a herbal spiritual ally that will assist you in love. Roses are going to bring a particular element of love that jasmine does not, that rosehip does not, that lavender does not, that dill does not. Should I continue on? I'm just asking. But understand this, these roses were given love and the sweetness way before your existence and your little hoodoo conjuring book. Roses was providing sweet essences before the first human picked them. Because roses, as a spiritual being, ally, um, it's going to do what it's supposed to do. If I take these roses and put it in a jar, these roses are going to do what it's going to do. Me taking this doggone candle, sticking it on the top of this jar, has done what to the roses? I want y'all to tell me what it has done. What has it done? Did it make the roses more powerful? Did it make the roses more loving? Did it make the roses what is it doing? What is it doing? What has it done? I'm not, and y'all, some of you all are saying nothing, but I'm so serious. When you break this down, tell me, what has it done? See, this is why people love the Conjure South Hoodoo Institute. This is why people in the boot camp, because we go in. I'm going to make it make sense for you and the spirits you work with, for your blood, not mine. But what has this done? Truly, what has this done? The reality is, it has done nothing. It literally has done nothing. I can take these herbs, I can take the roses, and I can sprinkle this in my man's or my woman's shoe up under their soul, and add a little bit of my hair to these roses. So they always are loving me. They always want me in a loving way and fashion. That's how that works. This is just one factor to the equation. Well, I want to summon a man, so I put the candle up there to summon them. Do you have any of their personal concerns? Because right now, all I see is a candle on top of a jar full of roses. Now, unless you have the gift of tongue to summon, you still have done nothing. Yes, indeed. Brooklyn's a mess, y'all. I love her. Babe, I already mentioned that. This candle did not make these herbs a loving herb. You saying bring love, you saying I place roses because it's love for me. In hoodoo, and I need to clarify. In hoodoo, we don't tell the herbs to do nothing. We give them thanks for assisting us if they will assist us. If they will assist us. They may not assist you on Friday, but they may assist you on Saturday night. Okay? And that is a very important thing. It's a very strong thing that a lot of people do not take into consideration or at all. People think that these herbs are tools and you're just going to use them. That's why a lot of people end up crossing themselves. Because, oh, I can just put the roses over here and do this. It's going to bring me love. Baby, that's not necessarily the case here. So understand that that candle does not activate the spirits. The spirits are already spirits. The spirits were spiritual before the candle. So, Queen, Where does this come from? Where does this candle thing come from? Why is this even a conversation? It's a conversation, and the reason people would see candles on top of jars, and it wasn't just magical jars, it was jars of coffee, jars of beans, it was jars of pepper, jars of, you know what it was? Because the candles could not sit or stand in like the dirt, for example. Like you drop wax on dirt and put the candle ain't gonna stand up. It was a candle holder, is what it was. It's a candle holder. It's a candle holder. So either you're doing jar conjuring, bottle conjuring, or you're doing candle conjuring. All right. Now, there may be a situation. There may be a situation where I place something in here and then place fire inside. And I didn't say no smoke. I didn't say nothing about cleansing out your glass. And that's another thing we have to talk about. Another particular situation that we have to mention here. And y'all know I'm just gonna, I just gotta take these roses out real quick, excuse me. Pour those over in here. Can somebody please tell me what the hell is in here that y'all are smoking out? Can somebody please tell me that? And again, this is not a hoodoo thing. There may be some cultures where that is necessary. But outside of that, I need for y'all to tell me in what is in this jar that y'all are. At this moment in time, I'm going to make sure I remove and cleanse all negative things away from the things that I'm working. I'm going to take my sage and I'm going to cleanse out my jar. And I know this is probably triggering to some of y'all because some of you do it. You may feel attacked. I understand. What energy is in here? Please tell me what energy is in this jar. What negative what negative experience have happened? You just got your jars from Hobby Lobby, and it doesn't matter. You can get them from the Winn-Dixie or the corner store when you decide to go make your groceries or whatever. But my question is, what are they putting in these manufacturing companies that's going inside of these jars that y'all gotta overwork and underpay Sister Siege? What are we doing? These are these factors, these ritualistic things that people are doing so that you feel like you a doggone cast member of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, now let's get into this. Well, Queen, you just had those roses in there. I did. I could have done a whole working in here. I could have. I could go take this and pour it out of the river. I sure could. And at that point, because this has already been worked and fixed, let me go get my alcohol, rub on up in here, swirl this thing around, toss it to the west. Now we can do another one. You can smoke it out, but a lot of individuals are literally not making magical moves because of all of this red tape about don't do this, you got to do that, if you got to do this, and da 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 da, and all of these things. And it's like, that's not hoodoo. Your people, when it comes to hoodoo, when it comes to opium, when it comes to greed, when it comes to juju, your people did not, in fact, not do because, well, babe, I ain't got no sage to clean out this jar. Doing too much and doing nothing at all. What you see? Doing too much and doing nothing at all. And this is why, again, I don't have like 50, 100,000 followers, because I'm going to repeat, the majority of people operate in this. I want to be, gotta do my square breathing. In for 4, out for 5. In for 4, out for 5. Now the sage, now the, and doing all of these things. And my thing is this: I respect different healing modalities. I respect different forms of magic. I cannot respect you if you are presenting hoodoo or any other, if you're presenting any culture other than what it is, I can't respect it. I'm not going to respect it. And I'm going to speak truth on it if it's my space to speak on it. Okay. And that's the issue. Because I promise you, today I could swipe this whole page, swipe this whole channel, and I start going online every Monday. Bonjour, comment ça va? Je suis Cotalia Laranadu. Welcome to your Monday meditations. And today we're going to begin our Monday mornings with our reflection ritual. Let us begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale the positive, exhale the negative. I place all of my negative things inside of this jar. All the negative energy has been removed. I can do, and I mean, I can do all of that, and I can make it into a business. I could very much I could definitely capitalize on being your fantasy. Absolutely. But that's not my MO. It's not my ministry. Okay. If you listen to some of them, they try to be convincing, but you telling the math ain't math, and I'm just saying. I see a lady telling her followers to put their essence and petition in a jar and buy a couple. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do. So here's the thing about it. Why do we use jars? But before I get into why we use jars, I want to go ahead and do an update on the orders. So I do want to just take a moment again and say thank you everybody so very much for being here today and learning about conjuring jars and bottles. Again, if you like the way I teach, if you connect to this, if it's making sense to you, you may want to be a part of the Conjuration Institute of Traditional African American Conjure. We work in divination. The enrollment begins in June. Be on the lookout for that and the announcements. We are experiencing some issues on our website at conjuresouth.com surrounding our community service, as well as maybe some other things, but I don't know, but definitely the community service. Many individuals, I have had about 20 individuals reach out to me directly to purchase the big bundle, which at the beginning of this live, we had 34. Now I think we're down to 20. This is a service that is annual and maybe longer than that if I do it again. But because there are individuals that have not having issues with purchasing the community service, I decided to do this for you. I am only, again, these are limited spaces. I want to communicate that. If you are interested in the main community service right now, and remember, I had 34, I'm down to 20 at this point. I had 25 people reach out to me individually, and some of them, like one of the ladies here this morning, she purchased 6 of them for her family. All right, one of the services purchased 6 of them for her family. So I'm telling you guys, I may say 25, but it really may mean maybe 60 people if they decide, So just understand that there are limited spots, there are limited spaces. We only have about 20 more spots, I think, at this point. I'm going to check. But all you need to do is click your QR codes here on the screen. And the thing about it is, I have not communicated this on Instagram. I wanted to give you all the first opportunity before I mentioned it on Instagram or any other spaces. You want to hit this QR code. Once you hit the QR code, you are going to put in, if you're going to do the big bundle, which comes with a cologne, a HOODOO cologne that will replace your Florida waters. And you also will come with the blessing perfume. Understanding, it's called May Rain. And so I'm super excited about both of these for everybody. But anyways, what you're going to do is hit your QR code. You're going to put in 111 as your purchase, and you're going to put your um, full name, date of birth, petition, and your correct current physical address. I just want to make sure that we have that all lined up and out of the way so that we make sure that you get your products in a quickly, timely manner. If you do not want the big bundle, you have other options. You have the service with just the oils. Oh yes, I'm sorry. The big bundle comes with the perfumes, the colognes, and the oils, the banishing and blessing oil. All right, that is available now. And then you have the next service, which gives you just the oils, and then the service under that, the 3333, is just our lamp and candle service with no product that I do here. So that is available now. I do want to take this moment and count the services that we have left, because I'm not doing any more than what I promised already. So just please give me a brief moment. If you have an issue with the QR code, I'm going to give you another option of just putting in the other situation. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 more have been bought at this point. So just wanted to just keep you guys in the loop with that. If you're having an issue with the QR code, I want to provide this as an option. You can PayPal conjure at gmail.com. If you are making multiple purchases, just make sure you add up your orders. So if you do 2 33 situations, that's going to be 66 66, and place all of your information there. Et voila. So I just want to give you guys a brief moment, and then we're going to get right on back into our class. I'm going to just give you guys maybe like 1 more minute just in case you need to jump over. And just again, I do want to remind you there are limited spots, and I hope that you can get in. These products are not products that I'm going to be providing on a regular. I'm not going to do it. Especially too, I think because I'm seeing how the response has been regarding this community service. I don't know that you all are that it is in that much of a demand, but hey, everyone, this is fine by me. Those that need it will have it, and I think this may also be a reason why the issues are as they are. But the service provider, the host, has already been communicated with, and they are in fact working on it. So let's get into the spaces about jars. Why do we work jars? So jars actually have a variety of great elements for us. Jars are one, or could be one of 3 things. Okay, one of 3 things. 1, a charm. 2, a spirit. And 3, an altar or working space. Okay, I was going to maybe add another, but I think one element falls into another. So 1, a charm. 2, a spirit. And then 3, it may in fact be a working space or altar. So how does this look? So first and foremost, understand the original bottle. We have our blue bottles. Blue bottles traditionally were actually spirits. Our ancestors in and on the continent of Africa, you would find bottle trees, all right? Or actually, I say bottle trees, but they actually were vessels. They were actually vessels. So these were just containers that were placed into trees. They may have been blue, they may have been painted blue, they could have been dyed blue, they could have been powdered blue. But it was about these vessels, the containers kept our ancestors, essentially like urns, if you will. Okay. These would go up into particular trees. We did not have ancestor altars. Ancestor altars are not traditionally a thing, but we absolutely have ancestral spaces and shrines. The tree was the shrine. So we would go there to the tree to see our ancestors, to speak to our ancestors. And you may or may not have seen this, but I'm going to just give you guys one very interesting idea that I think that you may have noticed. And I'm not saying this is how it is in the indigenous culture, but if you saw the cartoon Pocahontas, she went to Mother Willow, which I thought was very interesting, to find Mother Willow in the tree or as the tree, her ancestor being there. So for us though, you they started out in this fashion, in this way, and this is where things become hoodoo. All right. And you're going to also and remember, if you've done the what is hoodoo class, you know that part of hoodoo is our traditional African religions, the mystical aspects of those things, as well as just pure African magic. In the spaces of it becoming what we know today, in hoodoo, is once we had the transatlantic slave route, these bottles had to become more of protectors and more of workings. So it went from spirits to now the charms. So now you would see the bottles as charms. And remind you, they would place things inside of the bottle to trap spirits. So a lot of times you're going to find things like Spanish moss, knotweed, double shoestring, rope, and those things. And they would place different elements inside of the jar to catch and to harm a spirit, a working, or an enemy. So these became cursing jars. Growing up, and especially in the space of Obia, for me growing up, we were always told that these would curse the people who tried to steal the goats and the chickens. So if they came upon your property and they want to do you harm as a physical living person, if they took something from you, they would be cursed with the spirits. If they stole something from you, if they came in your house trying to mess up your relationship and those things, and they're disturbing your peace, these spirits would then, in fact, jump upon them. Okay? Would jump upon them. I'm sorry, I didn't have my comments. I'm sorry. I just got the service super rich and smart brain. Um, so you're so welcome, Lady Answers. You know what? I'm gonna say this out loud, everybody, and I don't sort of point people out very long or even just like mention people like that. But I'm so proud of Lady Ansem. She came to me months ago having a physical issue and health problem, things that wouldn't go away, issues that weren't sustaining when she was going to the doctor. And I was like, baby, that's not what this is. This is a spiritual situation. I sent her her stuff in due time. She got it. She did the work. Haven't had issues. Haven't had any problems. Have moved on, but beyond those things. But beyond that, she has been consistent with not just her, the custom work that she had done, and it was only one. Okay, because I am legitimate and I'm ethical. I don't just come at you like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. One time, baby, we move on. We don't have time for that. But since then has been very consistent and religious about her community services and all of those things and all of the lives. She's in almost every single one. And prior to that, you weren't here. Prior to your issue, you weren't here. So I just want to say thank you for your commitment and your constant investment in yourself and and the investment of your spiritual education here. So I just wanted to point that out. You know, I see you. I think it's important to just let people know that no, it's not, you're here, but you aren't investing. So I just wanted to put that, and there's many others too, but I always think, when it comes to certain individuals, um, that need to just need to know that they are acknowledged. Um, and so I just wanted to say that. I'm gonna be her. I couldn't get this service. I just started as a esthetician and my funds have been depleting. Um, and I'm on a shoestring budget for months at least for a while, invest in my future. And that's fine, Tasha J. You can do um the 3333. And even if you cannot do that, even if you cannot do that, um, it is fine. It is okay. You may not need to do it right now. In these times and moments, you may want to grab your Queen of Spades, your book, The Queen of Spades, and put in your own work. Perhaps there's gonna be a time to test where your Ashi sort of is positioned. Yes. So if not, it's okay. so so let's just get back to the conversation at hand here. Again, I'm just trying to keep my eye on orders so that, oh goodness, people are logging me out. So I want to just make sure that I am yeah, so 2 more was just ordered. So you guys, like, hold on. When I tell y'all I'm so serious about this thing, because it was serious in the space of like I'm literally not going to, um, literally not going to do more than. And then someone just made another one like on the like a second ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So yeah, so those are going pretty fast. I hope by the end of this, there's some left for the people who rewatch. But if it's not, I do apologize. Um, and for those that need this, one moment, please. PayPal. Okay. All righty. So let's move right along. So, so once we began to experience the transatlantic slave route, we actually um Got it. Butterfly said, Queen, I've seen people use Blockbuster, banishing road opener, money, and love oils all in one candle. Is that appropriate or should they be separate candles? There should be separate candles and is the worst thing you could possibly do for multiple reasons. And I'm going to just like break some of that down. First and foremost, let's just go into Blockbuster, banishing, road opener. Those are 3 removing spells, but they remove differently. And they also try to remove some of the same things. A banishing is aggressive, so I'm trying to move fast. A road opener is gonna be like this, just pushing things out of the way. They already don't work together. They're doing 2 totally different things. All right, and then you have a blockbuster that just knocks out one thing. Okay, all right, it knocks out one thing, and so it may be the one thing you want to keep. Who knows? So you've done that. Then you decide to add money and love oils. So now you have caused disruption in your money and in your love life, because everything is scattered and nothing is working the same. It is always best to do one oil, to do one herb, to do one assistance, including not even just different candles, but you need to give that one working time. Why? Because if you get the result that you're looking for, which one actually worked? Which one actually worked? Tasha J, and that's why I said I think moving forward, I'm just going to keep the payments like this, unless it's something not as big as this. It may drop to the 88.88. It won't go up, but it'll go down 88.88. But outside of that, this is going to be the range. This is going to be the range. And so you will be able to put it into your monthly budget. And so, yeah, so you end up really messing up all of those things when you do that. You can't do it. You just can't do it. All right. So, as we have been discussing now, the blue bottles. So then we have them to be my first community service. I signed me and my family. Yes, I saw you like purchase 6 of them. You're one of the ones that purchased 6 of them. So, yes. And don't forget pay by 4 if you can. Yes, and that's also an option too. On PayPal, you can pay in 4 installments. So don't not get it thinking that you can't afford it. But thank you so very much, Impressive Magic, for mentioning this. So, as we are looking into these spaces of the bottles, okay, and all of these things, it then become a protective charm. So charm versus spirit, what's the difference? A charm is added elements, added allies even, that are going to do what they're going to do generally. So my salt, I place in here. And in my salt, I spoke into my hand that may it be protection surrounding my love with my rose in my jar. You didn't fall down there, my love. So I mean, this is just a little simulation anyways. It's not a real working per se. But I place that in there like so. Oopsie daisy. Put the counter right on in there. So you can do a jar that says protect my love, and protect my home. Add some rosemary inside of here too. Hang this up around your house, and now you have a house home protection charm. Okay. Yes, herbal allies are spirits, but this is not a spirit. How does it become a spirit? In hoodoo and religion, it is different. In hoodoo and religion, it is different. So, Queen, let's get into that conversation, because people don't talk about this because they don't know about it. So when it comes to hoodoo and these becoming living spirits, it may carry graveyard dirt of your people or some other spirit that you're working with. Okay? So that is a different situation. All right. So the charm is general, and you allow the herbs to do what they were designed to do at their conception, not yours. Okay. A living spirit in hoodoo. In hoodoo. Je répète. Dans hoodoo. In hoodoo. Adding spirits of your people, consecrating it with somebody's blood. If, say, for example, somebody got murdered and you wanted to take their spirit, you get some of their blood, or you get some dirt where they died, and it's fresh. You put that in your bottle. There's done kind of situation. Now, when you are dealing with that, at this point, At this point, you now got to tend to these spirits. Now you got to feed them. Now you got to make deals with, or you have to make some kind of pact. Why are they going to continue just to be on your side just because you done put them in a jar? My baby, you think a jar gonna keep them? No, your commitment keeps them. Okay, your commitment keeps them. In fact, so from there, we now have to travel into religion. We have to travel into religion. In religion, in Vodou, in Ifa, in the Kumi, in Palomayombe, etc., we also have vessels. These vessels carry one, your deity, god or goddess, and you in this bottle. Sometimes in certain spaces, depending on where they are dressed in a particular kind of way. Sometimes, again, they're vessels. It's about there being a container or pots. All right, they look like a pot or a little tiny bowl with a top on it. You can have it in that way as well. So understand, in the religions, we also have bottles, jars, bowls, and pots that serve as spirits to our Loa or our Orisha or the Congolese deities and Palomayombe, etc., so forth and so on. All right. There's that. But when they are living, they have to be fed. And they are fed by the commitments and pacts that you make to them and with them. D'accord? Est-ce que vous comprenez? Do you understand? Tu comprends? Super. Et voilà. Just purchased my community service. I am looking forward to the banishing working. It is long overdue. Yes, indeed. I love it. And you're being a student of mine. I've been recently feeling like the urge to just do some collaboration work with some of my students. Just like, let's see how bad can we make it, or let's see how beautiful can we make the situation, or how quick we can get you knocked up. Whatever the situation may be, I've been feeling that kind of way. I haven't made a commitment yet to anybody, and I wouldn't charge. I just want to do it, to be honest. I just need to make sure I have the time and take care of, other things first. Yes. So there's that. Now, the other added element is the working space, which is where a lot of people get confused with putting these candles on top of these jars. Yeah, I really, really want to. It would be dope. I mean, I just really feel a need to do it. Like, I just need to do it. I don't want anything from it. I just want to. I need. There is ashe that I am holding that I need to release. Like, because there's certain workings I don't do on a regular, like court case working, baby. I should just go ahead and start a whole judicial system, removing people illnesses, baby, making different documents and things disappear. That's on a regular. reconciliation and bringing houses together, that's great. But then there are just some things I don't do as much as I would like to do. So it's like this ashe in this particular space needs to be done. You know, um, um, I so, will a general banishing help someone who's had work done on them? So the banishing will remove the person, okay, them being the problem, okay. But when you start talking about like work that's done on you, you can't banish the work. You can cleanse the work off. You need a cleansing and banish the person or banish the entity or deity of the situation, okay? So, yeah. So, voilà. So, moving on here, the jar. And the reason jar workings we love so much in hoodoo and in Orbia and in Grigri and in Juju is because, guess what? Martin, until you do right by me, you will never have any edges. Ever. Until you do right by me, Martin, you won't ever have any edges. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Merci. Thank you so very much for the super stickers. Y'all are so kind. Until you do right by me, Martin, your love will be as dry as Popeye's biscuits. Oh, Batasha. Okay. Thank you for providing dry love upon Martin. Until you do right by me, Martin. Because it's all about Martin, whoever he is or she is, I don't care. May I cleanse away whatever success you ever thought your mama had. Oh, Batasha. So we're going to put the little Florida water on over in here. Okay. Martin. Your daddy wasn't nothing but some old horse. Okay. So we're gonna just say, Martin, may your knees be as ashy as this powder. Oh, Batasha Ashi. Okay. Alrighty. So the thing about it is, we done sit here and work. Martin done had it. Martin done had a time with life. Ashy knees, dry love, no clear thoughts, none of those things, right? Okay. And the first thing when it comes to the actual space of having this be a working space is the element of concealing. You will never find a clear, open jar of any working ever, ever, ever. Why? Because see, now you don't see, oh, well, we know rose is love, and we see some salt in there, and there's maybe somebody, and we see some powder, and gotta be some ash and whatever. So in having this in this way, if somebody came over into my home, they would know what it is and what to do with it, who was inside of it. So it has to be concealed. When does this work? The work works as soon as the things go into your jar. But we conceal those things. If I want to keep my jar or bottles working, constant, I would wrap it or them in aluminum foil, just like this. Maybe I don't want the working to be working, but if I do this, I'm gonna bury it and stick 4 nails on top of it. Typically in the cemetery, because I want you to take these asher ankles and your asher kinkles. I'm gonna send you to a place worse than hell, hotter than hell. And that's Mobile, my baby. And I know because I live here. So the thing about it is, I'm sending you to Dauphin Street. Le Rue Dauphin is where you're going. And it's just that simple to keep the workings going inside the jar. Now, if this was a working that or a spirit, these things are normally not done in this way, because once it's done like this, you cannot open back up and you can't put back in, you can't redo and undo. That's not how that works, okay? But if it's a working spirit, you may find this working spirit placed in this kind of bottle, and I'm going to put it in fabric. I'm going to wrap it in fabric. Why? Because once again, and how I wrap it and decorate it, etc., is my business. But I may wrap it in fabric, okay? So that whatever I need to do, it can be absorbed by the fabric, the rope, the thread, or if it needs to be reopened. Okay? All right. So it may be wrapped in fabric. Sometimes you will find these wrapped in jute, even. And you may say, well, Queen, how does that happen? How does that work? And how does it stay? Well, depending on what you're using, we would normally use fat and water and different kinds of things and different powders that actually create this. All right. And because we slick with it, and I want you to know that I'm working you, but I don't want you to know, I'm going to decorate this. I'm going to make it look like it's art. I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to sit it out. And nobody will never know, but oh my goodness, these are just really cute little things. And so you end up having these wrapped in this capacity and in this way. And I can still open the top if I need to. But please understand that once you put the things inside the bottle and you put the top on, that is that work. That is that work. Now, remember, with particular spell working, the major, most important part of a lot of spell working is the disposal. So the work begins when you bury. The work begins when it's concealed. The work begins when it's not seen. So this is why you would find these jars and these bottles in people's walls, under the floorboards, um, tucked away in their coffins, casket. Okay, you drop things over in the side and those kind of things as well. So be aware of that when it comes to those spaces. Now, the other beautiful thing about jars, and this is probably the most important thing about jars, and the reason we love jar work, was not so that we could decorate it with birthday candles on the top, but actually because they are portable. If it is something I need to keep working, I could put it in my bag, put it in my suitcase, and I can move that working with me wherever it is I need to go. Wherever it is I need to go. Well, Queen, how do I know which working is which? Well, back in the day, it's because I used your husband's shirt to conceal it. So I knew whose shirt that was. Thank you so much, New One, for your super sticker. So I wrapped it in your husband's shirt or your wife's what is this thing? Slip or their sock. All right. I may put something on it in that regards. So just keep in mind that that was a big reason. These bottles and jars look like everything from this to this to these covered to as small as this and this. So be aware that these bottles are what you may be looking for bottles and jars and you may not see them, especially because they're in this size. Okay. Some of y'all's best bottle workings actually may actually, thank you so much for the super sticker, may actually be things you could already be doing. Why? Because you can take your oil bottles of nettoyage and place you in there or your family in there and to do a cleansing. And you ball it up in your aluminum foil. And now you got a constant cleansing work on you and your family. Or perhaps you have something different. You have something different like un moment s'il te plaît. Uh-oh. Le chat noir, la bonne chance, le reposer. So le chat noir, the black cat oil. You trying to give your uncle's going to the casino. You take some of his hair, put it in the black cat oil. Now you can give him black cat oil so that it's directly targeted to him, or just put it in the bottle, cover it up so he stays lucky in that way. So it could be some of these small oil bottles and oil jars you already have with oil left in them, or the essence of that oil in there, and then do the working with that. So there's so many different ways that they're done, but most importantly, they are in fact portable. So there's that. At this particular moment, I want to give you all a brief opportunity to come on live with me. If you have any questions, you can come on live here. While we are waiting for people to join, I do want to remind you that yes, we are having some technical issues with conjuresouth.com, but people are very excited and really wanting this community service. And for that reason, all you need to do is click these PayPal QR codes here, and you can make your purchase for the community service, the big bundle for $11.11.11, the service with just the oils for $66.66, and or just the candle and lamp service alone, which is $33.33. There are limited um, items here, and I am keeping a close eye on those. 1, 2. Today is the last day to get your community service. I was going to actually extend this, but I'm not because the services are, some of the projects are almost gone, and so I'm just going to go ahead and do it tomorrow. So today is the last day. This is how you have the ability to get your services, which are available at this moment. But let me ask you guys, and I want to just remind you, if you are here, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet kind comment below, hit the notification or post notification button, and please share the video. Okay. And and I just got a text message here saying that at least half of the big bundle are gone now. So I promise you guys, I would love for you to partake in this. What is the big bundle? The big bundle comes with our first exclusive ever true hoodoo cologne of purification. This will strip away all things that you do not need. Point blank periods. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You then get the perfume as a blessing water to bless what you have stripped away. And then you get the banishing oil and the blessing oil. Or you can do the next one, which is just a service with the oils, the banishing blessing oil, or without. So here, click this QR code, place your name, date of birth, your petition, And please include your current physical address. If you forget any of that information, please go to customer service at conjuresouth.com to give that information. All right. Voila, voila. We have Marcel. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm well. I'm well. Doing well today. How are you?
Super. I'm good. I'm good. So, what is your question?
So the question isn't related to the class topic. I hope that's okay with you.
Sure.
Okay. This is going in the space of astral projection and travel. I had a interesting experience the other night. It's not frequent, but it's like the second time something of this nature has happened and I've noticed. So the other night, I was in between spaces, not really present in either space, but I tried to speak and I couldn't. I couldn't speak and I kept mouthing, or I kind of tried to say, I can't speak. And it kind of felt like the I can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out of it and everything was fine, but it reminded me of a time before that where I was trying to walk and my legs were like crippled and I couldn't walk. So I was like stumbling to walk. What would you say to these spaces?
Okay. So, let's go back because you've already answered your own question.
I have.
Um, you've already answered your own question. So go back and tell me the situation again.
Okay, going back to the first situation, not very present in either spaces, but I tried to
There's your
say
answer.
words. Oh, shit. Well, okay,
You weren't completely on the other side. You were between spaces.
I see. So
So
is
there
that
are
okay? Go ahead.
certain senses, certain physical things you can't do.
Hmm. So is there like a meaning behind this, or is it just a tap in type or connect to your
It is
breath,
the
connect to that
meaning
core?
is you have not been working on astral projecting and strengthening that muscle
True.
so that that's not an issue.
Very
Because
true.
if you are on the other side and you do have a question to an ancestor or a spirit deity or somebody you want to contact, but you haven't strengthened your muscle, is no different than me doing mediumship and somebody ancestor is not completely elevated. So I
Mm,
can't hear them all the way. I can see them, their
mm-hmm,
mouth is moving, but I can't
mm-hmm,
hear them because they haven't been elevated. They're not completely connected. So you need to begin to intentionally begin to astral project to strengthen that. So
mm-hmm,
when you do fly unintentionally, you're still
mm-hmm.
able to receive, or even if you're summoned.
Yeah, that's sometimes what it
Okay.
feels like. I'm being
So even when you're
called to a
summoning,
space.
you
Yeah.
go unintentionally, that you are then able to have the communication or the physicality to do what you need to do, go where you need to go. Otherwise,
Hmm.
it's almost pointless.
Okay. So is it like a practice makes perfect thing, or do I, or should I incorporate the in or the herbal things to induce that more?
I think practice makes perfect for you, Marcel. I don't think it's the herbal aspect of it at all. I just think it has to be a consistent routine of,
Mm,
again, I'm not asking you to travel to Jerusalem. I'm just asking you to go from your room to the kitchen
truly, yeah.
and becoming very solid with that. And that's going to give you what you need. Now, the other thing then becomes a question of, all right, Queen, all right, I understand that. I get that. That makes sense to me. But did I miss a message? What was the purpose behind it?
Hmm. Hmm.
So let me ask you, Marcel, how are you going to figure that out?
Divination's my first go-to.
Period.
Yeah.
So even if it wasn't something that you were able to completely um experience and understand, you still have the resources and tools to get the communication of what it is. Now, even if
Hmm.
you have what it communicates, it doesn't necessarily mean that you comprehend it. And it may be
Hmm.
because it hasn't happened yet because it is a future memory.
Understood. Understood. And I'm over here thinking that I'm just going through some kind of computer glitch. Like, okay, something just ain't working right tonight. So it's all
No,
right.
and
But
it goes back to sort of what I was saying earlier, like how I'm in a space right now where I need to give my ashe in spaces where I haven't been able to give. It's the same reason why whenever I get back into the coven, I'm just going to be doing mediumship free for people because these are muscles that need to be strengthened so I don't have a glitch. So when people come to me and they go, I want to connect to my grandmother, I can't go, well, she's here and she's saying things, but I can't understand.
right. That's not
Like
good.
that doesn't benefit anybody.
Right. That ain't gonna fly.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah,
Understood. Thank you for your voice.
absolutely, Merci. Thank you. I'm so happy to
Oh,
see you. Hold
glad to
on
see
one
you
second.
too.
Wait, will keeping your head covered keep you from flying? Keeping your head covered won't necessarily keep you from flying, but it will keep you from um thank you so very much. Marquise, we have your order from the 22nd has been answered. But having your head covered keeps you protected while you're flying.
Hmm.
Okay. So it keeps things from getting in and things disconnecting that may try to disconnect or any of those things. So it protects you, but it doesn't interfere.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
a person with a poor mental state, some type of psychosis, um, isn't that can prevent, but it also can induce, because at that point you're not actually in control.
Hmm.
See, I have a question about it too. If I can come on, come on,
Come on.
come on, Nelly, if you bad.
Nelly Nail.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a side question for you too. I found
Sure.
some Jimson weed on my travels the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Found, did my little Googles, found it was in the nightshade family. We had
Mm-hmm.
talks about nightshade. Is the Jimson weed one of those common things in root work as well?
Jimson weed, absolutely. And it's something that actually can be used to induce your visions, but
Mm.
taking too much of it will be toxic.
Hmm.
But in
Hmm.
small doses, always when you start making your tinctures and your teas with these things, um, I love your hair, Nelly. It just threw me off. I
Thank
love
you.
the
No,
um
your locks are
so
banging.
Thank
so
you.
you want to begin by taking 1 tablespoon. If you get nothing, induce it by 2. And if that
Hmm.
doesn't work, the farthest you should go is 3.
Mm.
Do it on an
Tablespoons, teaspoons. What'd you say?
tablespoon.
Tablespoon. Okay.
At that point, you want to make sure that when you do this to see if it works for you, do it on an empty stomach.
Hmm.
So an 8-hour fast prior to doing it.
Activated charcoal or no?
No, it won't kill you
Got it. Cool.
until it does. Okay.
Until it. Right on.
But
Right
then
on.
again, that's what mediums are for.
Right.
Happy forging. Don't die.
Exactly. All righty. Well, thank you, Marcel. And
Thank
Nelly, how
you.
can I
I'm gonna
help
step back.
you?
Yeah, so it's opposite of Marcel if you want to say, oh, well, he's gone
Oh,
now. But I can walk in my hallway and be transported somewhere else. Like it's
mm-hmm,
happening during the day, like while I'm
mm-hmm,
actively like doing something. I could be walking, I could be washing dishes, and I am pushed
mm-hmm.
somewhere. So I know amongst my group, I'm like freaking out, but it's I'm so blessed to have many friends from Conjure Self that can help me. But I realized I was like, maybe I just need a 10-minute session where I'm just asking questions to Queen, because maybe
Let me ask you,
um,
is this in the hallway um near your bathroom?
I'm passing a bathroom, but that door usually stays shut.
Is that to the right of you?
To my left, it can be to my right. I mean,
Yeah,
going
depending on where
coming.
you're going. If you're
Hmm.
coming out of your room, where is the bathroom?
So to the left,
To the
when
left.
to the hallway.
Okay. I'm interested to know if you are, 'cause here's the thing, a lot of people don't consider this. We are on stolen land for the most part, depending on where you are and who you are. Sometimes you may be in a facility that's on top of a sacred space. And some of these sacred spaces have portals. And the thing about it is, if you are in a sacred space where there is a portal, you can be transported. And that transportation to you is you are gone. To others, it's going to probably look like you standing in the hallway in a daze.
Right, buffering is what I like to call it.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, I'm back.
So it looks like that. Sometimes it looks like a daydream. To some people, I don't know, I felt like it was a daydream, but it felt so real. That's because, baby, you were in another space. So that is teleporting, which is different than necessarily astral projecting.
Okay.
And that's a whole different gift. And they're similar in a lot of ways, but I'm interested to figure out if this is one, if it's the space that you're in, or two, if it's something that you're doing unintentionally. And then that makes me question, have you been on the up and up with your head? Have you been making sure that your head is good, that you're not stressed out, or that you're not becoming distracted in the mundane that is keeping you from your spiritual consistencies and commitments?
Singing. Good.
Hey,
She's so bad.
never that.
All of those things can be true because I'm telling you, I see some of us sometimes. I'm like, am I going to the future? One time I had went to the past and to the cabins, and you told me stop walking through doors, and I was like, okay, I'll stop walking through doors when I'm gone.
So
It's
it
just a
sounds, so
lot.
what you're, so if I gave you that, it sounds like to me that it's just more of a gift. And this is
Okay.
what I was talking about the other night in, I don't know if it was here online or if it was at one of the classes, but is how it's like dream walking.
Mhm.
It's essentially that.
Okay.
But it's literally moving through, like you can move through a bowl of water as a
Mm.
door. You can move through a flame as a door.
Okay.
And so, but also too, do you carry, I don't know, Nelly, do you know if you carry Irish blood in you?
I know that my last name is Scottish, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
I don't know if the Fae is Scottish or Irish, but, and it could be both, but, and this is why I'm bringing this up,
Okay.
doorways in general, tweens, which are spaces where you're in between walls or thresholds. And if you, and this is one of their gifts, one of these European gifts, if you stay in those spaces long, you can be carried over. So I'm interested to see, like, if it's part of that. Um, is it just a spiritual gift that you have? Um,
Cause you know when you, I think it was Working Ritual Weekend, you had mentioned about these sacred spaces, but I'm telling you, I had seen it behind our cabin that we was staying in, and I could have
mhm,
sworn I saw a foot. I looked down, I'm like, what
mhm,
is this? And then during our walk, you pointed it out. I said, see, I knew I
yeah.
seen something.
So that, un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept. And so for everyone that's watching right now, so here's one of these things where, yes, I'm knowledgeable. I have answers. It of the could be's, but there's so many options here that I want to be certain. All right. It's 100% the gift, a gift that you have. It is 100% not the space that you're in.
Okay.
Now the questions are, is this happening more frequently due to you being distracted and not diligent about your spiritual spaces, your personal spiritual work? And that's also 100% yes.
Okay.
So what's happening right now is just a matter of your mundane is demanding more of you, where it's causing you not to be as on. So, and again, you are not just a medium, but you are one that channels. So you are already normally in between worlds as it is.
Mm.
So if you're not on, you're off.
This is true. This is true.
So that's what you are experiencing at this moment. And I get it. It's very much like me. If I'm not on, every blessing in my life becomes off because I'm
Mm.
that much of a conjurer. Um, I then do travel. Normally not in the day, but as soon as my eyes are closed,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gone. So is that thing that happens. So I then must ask you, Nellie, what do we do then in order to get back to where we are on?
I need to ground in spaces in
And
those
and
elements.
how do we ground for Nellie?
I think I need to go walking near the river, to be quite
Okay.
honest. Yeah.
Okay. So that's my thing. And also too, have you gotten any particular messages, perhaps? Like any very strong things?
Oh, all the time. I'm passing them to people all the time. Like it's
Got you.
usually
But what
uh,
about to you?
um I most recently got that my ancestral team want to be worked,
Have
but that's
you
it.
have you because your grandmother passed here recently, yes?
Yes.
Is she in Arkansas too?
Yes.
Have you went to go see her physically?
No.
I think you should probably go take a walk there.
Okay.
Yeah. And I am pretty certain you have a message waiting on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's another thing too. I'll say this as well. Just having the conversation. Also, when there are messages and very clear things that you need to know, and you're again, you're in such a demand with the mundane that you aren't thinking about this part, or it's not even, or you just really don't have the time, you feel you don't have the time to do things, then things become disturbed until it gets your attention that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that is another situation. But yeah, so there's that.
Thank you.
You're
Learn
so welcome.
something
Thank
new.
you so
No.
very much. And I will be on the lookout for a message from you from, from your walk and you grounding. Definitely make sure that happens. Now, before we go, now is your grandmother's birthday coming up?
It's January 1st.
Okay,
So
January
fast.
1st. We're coming into June. So
Mhm.
she passed in
December.
December. Who's coming up in June?
My granddad is July.
Okay. And is there a L or T significance surrounding him?
A T, the last name.
Okay. And where is he from originally?
From Arkansas.
What part?
Um, Marvel, Arkansas, my hometown.
Okay. Um, and I'm getting an L. So I always ask people when I'm getting L's, I don't know if it's an E-L or if it's just the letter L. Um, and it could be location. And it feels a lot like a location, city or street. Um,
Hmm. Okay. So I was gonna go down there this matter of fact yesterday, but there was another funeral with my dad's side. So I can't that is my plan to go down there and
And who
tend
transitioned on
to
your dad's side?
a cousin,
Okay, and what were their names?
Sylvester B. Mackey.
Okay. I want you to hold on to that L and just get back in contact with me about what that is. I don't know. Whatever it sounds. I don't know if it's a Louis or
Okay, that's my cousin that's down there still. He's alive.
okay, okay. And I don't know if you're planning on traveling even to like a space with an L. I have no idea, but it's definitely something there. And then I get heat over my face. Um, and so did this person transition with your father? Did they have any kind of neurological or mental things, whether it be head trauma, um, Alzheimer's or stroke or anything like that?
No, not the one that just recently passed. I think he was sick, some terminally ill. I
Okay,
want to say cancer.
gotcha. There's a heat, and it's interesting. It's here, and it goes around, and it stops here. Very, 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 very specific. And what about your grandmother? How did she transition?
She fell, but she recently had dementia and Alzheimer's, things like that. So
Okay.
that could be her. Her middle name starts with an L.
Okay. That could be her. But again, I don't like the could be's. I like very definite.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then again, I'm gonna just ask you this too, and then this will be the last question. And I feel like I may have asked you this before, but is there a Brian or um there's a B significant, a very B name that's very solid and it seems masculine. Um, I don't know. It's like a BR, so I don't know if it's a Brandon or Brian. I don't know if it's even Brown. I don't know if Brown is significant to you. And not in the color, but like a space,
Mm-hmm.
like what are those things called in New York? Like the brown. They're like houses. They're brownstones or something. I don't know. Hold the L and hold the brown and see if that comes up when you go on your walk. If it doesn't, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, keep me updated with that because I feel a lot of pressure around my head as well. So I don't know if there's a Brownsville that may be significant at all, but yeah, those are and then magnolias. They're saying something about magnolias.
I have the cones, y'all.
Okay,
I
well,
will. I will get to it.
so
They want the babies. I'm going to get it done. All right.
please give these people their stuff, Nelly, and stop playing with their time. Stop playing in their face.
Okay. Thank you so much, Queen.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You
Jeez
too.
Louise. Miss can't get right. Oh my goodness. So, and I'm wondering, maybe the things that they're saying with this Louis, with the L, with the brown, maybe there's an LB significant to the person with the pine cone, with the magnolia stuff this summer. So We're going to set a light on top of a jar. All right, everybody. Well, I thank y'all so very much for watching today. I do want to one more time just mention the, I have the cones. Mention one more time for this. And after this, I'll end up mentioning it on Instagram. But I do want to just double check here very quickly on those services to see what we have left. Yikes. I want to quickly see who we have here. All right, so it seems to me only one more have been purchased since the last time. So again, everybody, the website is having a little, some little issues, and we're getting those fixed. Please, 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 hit the QR codes here. Add up your total. 11, 11, 11, 66, 66, 33, 33. Make sure in the notes of your purchase, you add your full name, date of birth, and petition, and your physical address, please. If the QR code here is not working for you, you can also use this in your PayPal, comedosconjure@gmail.com. Same thing, get that handled. I want to just say thank you all so very much. I hope that you all found some insight in today's class. I hope that it gave you some information. The next time around, we will actually do some jar spells, some container spells, so you then really can sort of see the differences too, other than just the conversation about them. But the reason the conversations are so important is so that y'all don't get out here and get bamboozled by the people, all right, trying to sell y'all things, all right? Thank you so very much, Kenny. Marcel, why do they play so much? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Um, thank you, Patter. Thank you. Oh, y'all have a blessed queen. I have had an experience of we would need to have another live on that, Tiara. Et voilà, merci. Thank you all so very much. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye bye. Share the video.